As we of course mentioned recently, there are very few things quite as pleasing as being able to offer something already as popular as a Jaguar XF, but on top of that being also in British racing green. That's a very satisfying combination, and especially when you can also add on top of that yet again that this one has literally the most efficient and most economical engine you can get from this XF generation. That being of course the 2.2 litre diesel. Here in premium luxury spec, it's a 2014 car in particular, so not too far before they completely redesigned these cars to totally look different, and just like our other recent British racing green example, the pricing on this is fantastic. In fact, this car is quite literally under £7,000. Of course, retains the option of low deposit finance if you did want to make use of it, and that is for a car with barely 87,000 miles on the clock. And considering that it is not at all uncommon to find examples of these with double that amount of mileage on the road and still eating up the motorway miles, well, it's not hard to see why people would love these so much. For those who are perhaps less familiar with the XF though, why do people love them? Well, let's get into why. Of course, as we mentioned, it is featured in British racing green, on this occasion with that lovely barley leather interior. It's only had 2 keepers from brand new in 2014, and it's quite the pair of keepers as well, because that original owner when the car was brand new was a company director no less, and then its second owner was not only a Jaguar enthusiast but also a Jaguar technician. So to say that this car has had a combination of expertise and no expense spared is an absolute truth. And as unfortunate as it is, the only reason why this fantastic example is even on the market is due to a bereavement. And in keeping with the topic of how well this car has been kept, it was most recently serviced in November, barely 1,000 miles ago. It has an MOT until March of 2026. Of course, being a premium luxury, it has a number of upgrades over the already fantastic base models, such as that very in-demand 11-speaker Meridian sound system, heated memory seats, reverse parking camera with of course sensors front and rear, still retains of course its original owner's book pack and 2 keys as well. It has, as you would expect from one of these, of course built-in navigation with that touchscreen display, auxiliary and Bluetooth connectivity with cruise control, ISOFIX prepped seats if you do plan to use it as a family car for the kids, as you would assume dual zone climate control as well. And those engines, as we mentioned earlier on, they really are fantastic. It feels like almost a peak point for old school Jaguar values, but with the absolute best in terms of modern efficiency, because on the one hand you have 330 foot-pounds of torque, which is plenty of pulling power if you were to, for example, use it as a holiday towing car, but at the same time, frankly insane amounts of fuel economy, even on par with hatchbacks, let alone luxury cars or executive cars, as high as 54 miles to the gallon, and that's not even on the motorway. On a motorway run, as high as 63 is possible. And of course, because of the efficiency of that engine, it is even cheaper to tax over the already very modestly taxed 3-litre versions at £195 a year. So not only are you immediately saving on price, certainly compared to when these cars were new, up around £50,000+, but you're saving on road tax from the moment you drive away. And of course, speaking of driving away, you're certainly saving on fuel as well. If then you have already been considering joining the ever-growing group of people who have purchased one of these XFs from our collection and absolutely adore them, then of course you could reach out regarding this lovely example via the email address shown right here on screen, or alternately give us a call on 01749 871 155 or via our mobile number of 07482 267 439.